The heat of the fight seemed very overwhelming, as Broly had transformed into a Super Saiyan. A regular transformed Saiyan, that would not be a problem for any one of the three fighters. But unfortunately, this Berserker wasn't your typical case. He had not only just discovered the form, but had also become more powerful than all of them. Goku, Vegeta, and 21, they had to work fast in order to defeat this beast. Alright Goku, now that we have you here, please tell me if you have any ideas, 21 said as he was trying to block Broly for a while.
I do, but you might not like it.
The Bugman narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? The Saiyan looked at him in an apologetic manner.
Could you hold him on for just a little bit longer?
What? Why?
Because me and Vegeta might be a bit rusty when it comes to the whole fusion dance thing.
The prince scoffed. I did not agree to this! Broly roared, punching 21, displacing his face considerably. It took a good few seconds for it to regenerate back into place. Do you have any better ideas? Goku looked at him, again, very apologetically. Alright, but you do know that I can also... 21 stopped the incoming attack. Fuse with one of you! There was a moment of awkward silence, interrupted by Broly's roars and the sounds of incoming attacks. Oh wow, you guys, that's a kind of speciesist, you know. 21 seemed rather hurt that neither of them took up his offer.
No, it's just,
Goku tried to save face in the situation and was clearly panicking.
I thought it would be easier between, two Saiyans.
Yeah, nothing against androids. You lot are pretty formidable fighters, right, Kakarot? Vegeta also is getting a little bit awkward, hitting Goku in the elbow, and very annoyed by his friend's daftness. Because, yeah, he didn't want to fuse, but he also didn't want to be speciesist. Just get it over. Broly had just found out that he could actually catch 21 with one of his wings. Goku nodded and decided to grab Piccolo and Vegeta with him to a safe location. Meanwhile, 21 was forced to endure the incoming attacks of the massive warrior and the occasional giggles of joy from Frieza, who was watching over all of this, completely wrought with enthrallment. What's so funny?
Watching you struggle against this incredible might. It brings me back to the days of the court jester. Oh, say, would you like a job as a court jester?
You want to go? Hey, Broly! I'm pretty sure this guy over here is responsible for that stray blast. He pointed at Frieza. The Saiyan halted, confused. But in that moment of confusion, 21 was able to skillfully dodge the beast, letting the massive man go for the Emperor instead. He had done it. No, don't bring him here! Don't bring him here! Well, you brought him to Earth, Frieza. Have fun with that! A great, radiating shine of golden light was seen as Frieza was forced to transform, only to get brutally pummeled for about an hour and a half. 21 could catch a breath and look around, him having a little giggle. Oh, you asked for that, Frieza. Now at least he could get some karmic justice in the fact that Frieza was being decked in the schnoz for once. But after a moment of relief, he saw something arriving very quickly, and when he saw what it was, he exclaimed loudly, "You have got to be kidding me!" It was a second Broly. 21 quickly realized that this one was slightly different, discolored, which pointed to its source. Still, he had to ask, "Hey Frieza! Is this Broly one of yours?"
No, I promise! I really mean it this time, it's not mine! The power is, magnificent, but please stop. Ah!
Well, listen, big guy, before you start anything, let's just talk. And the copy Broly crushed his head with a powerful hit. All right, even less of a talker. I see how it's going. The bio-android moved away to regenerate his head. This was going to be a pain in the neck. He decided to grab Frieza by the tail and lead the real Broly to the copy Broly. They could just fight it out amongst themselves, and in a very predictable manner, they did decide to duke it out amongst themselves, and a massive explosion of energy threw both Frieza and 21 away, and yes, okay, I think they realized that this wasn't going to go anywhere.
All right, I agree to a ceasefire.
Frieza tried to keep the rest of his dignity. But 21 giggled. You brought that thing here!
Yes, only one. I thought this special operation of mine would be rather fun.
Well, we were already dealing with a crisis before you came to stir the pot!
I don't care about that. I'm just going to care about going to my spaceship and...
Frieza paused as the two Brolys made a huge hole in his vessel. Going somewhere, Frieza?
Yes, but after my men repair the ship.
We need to wait for Goku and Vegeta. They can deal with one of those jolly berserkers first before we can tackle the other one.
Why is that other one over there slightly oozy?
What is it? You're right, what even is it? But Frieza was right. It looked like the other Broly was sweating green. It seemed that his artificial body had some problems fully containing the power. Still, the sludge that he was leaving behind was doing quite a bit of damage as his body pulsated. Even though he was less stable than the other one, he was still quite deadly. And he was catching up with the original Broly rather quickly.
You see, as the king of knockoffs, you should know that the original is superior.
Frieza was rooting for the proper Broly. 21 shook his head. This other one is unstable. If he explodes, this could be catastrophic for all of us. Another wave, almost radioactive in feel, and more sludge being spewed across the battle scene. The copy Broly, albeit unstable, was doing damage by just simply existing. Frieza touched his massive head.
I'm starting to feel rather dizzy. I hate to say it, but it seems that you might be right. Where are those blasted Saiyans? Get this over with!
Well, they were beating us up for like 40-something minutes, so they should be here soon. Unless they've mucked up the process. 21 made sure to evacuate everyone away from the range of the fight, while Frieza moved his ship as best he could, and ordered the remaining troops of his to repair it on the double. He was also watching from afar, both in awe and in terror. Broly was taking out all of his frustrations on this clone, but what was once his dark reflection was now a sort of gelatinous, half-fluid monstrosity that was taking the hits without any problems and pulsating angrily. It was almost possible that the original Broly was showing fear or frustration. Could have been both. 21 could swear that the original Titan was also getting slower. When he was watching all of this, he then saw two aliens, one with green skin and the other with orange skin, sneaking out of Frieza's ship and trying to get closer to the fighters. Then, quick as a flash, 21 apprehended the pair of them. Whoa, don't go toward there, you're gonna get toasted!
Out of my way, Bugman!
The girl aimed a weapon at him. Whoa, Cheelai, don't be so hasty! Her older comrade tried to calm her down.
I won't let him hurt Broly!
21 raised his eyebrow. Wait, you're concerned for the big burly Broly over there?
Yes, he hates fighting. It was his father and Frieza who forced him to do this. He's not a bad person.
Well, I did see that he seemed quite simple-minded and quiet. You know how we can calm him down, perhaps?
No.
21 looked at them both. Tell you what, how about you two go to a safe place, and once the Saiyans are here, we'll figure something out to calm him down. I promise, we are not going to kill him.
Why should I trust you?
Because I am here warning you, instead of ratting on Frieza, who's run away like a little coward. Cheelai, we should listen to the scary bug man. Cheelai seemed frustrated, and she scoffed loudly.
Fine, but we're watching you, buddy.
And 21 joined Frieza, hoping that he didn't see Cheelai and her friend Lemo leaving the ship.
Where are those useless Saiyans already?
As they were called, Piccolo appeared with one person, one that was neither Goku or Vegeta. Why are there two of them? The android lady, probably. The other one is unstable. We don't want to blow him up here. Can you deal with them? Also, if you can, don't kill the original. He's kind of the victim here. By somebody's will. Gogeta gave 21 a stern look, but nodded after a moment. And they then charged to separate the two giants. He would be pretty dominating if not for the fact that, he was between two Brolys. Reality itself then started to shatter. They've 30 minutes to deal with the problem, Piccolo stated.
So this is the whole fusion malarkey?
Frieza scratched his chin.
Do you think they'll be able to do it?
Well, hopefully. They then watched the tense fight. Then 21 looked at Frieza. He knew that the Emperor had just thought out a new scheme.
You, Namekian, teach us what they did.
Piccolo blinked twice. Excuse you?
Me and him, teach us how to fuse, he said, pointing at 21.
I'm sorry, what? Why would I want to fuse with you?
in case they fail, dummy. Also, we can probably survive the radiation should things go south. And don't tell me that you don't feel slightly left out about all of this. Not curious about a combined power?
21 looked at Piccolo. Can you do that? The Namekian had a weird expression going on when talking to his protege. Are you sure this is a good idea? I'm used to having devils in my head. I can deal with this one.
Piccolo seemed defeated at this point.
Alright, now watch what I'm doing.
As that was going on, Gogeta was having a true dimension-shattering fight with two Brolys, but it was pretty obvious that the fusion and the original Berserker might have been slowly worn down by the proximity of the copy, which hardly resembled anything at this point. Too decomposed to be a person anymore, but too angry to fall apart. Very tenacious. Could it possibly be that they were not strong enough to deal with all of this?
Hey monkeys! You seem like you need some assistance!
They heard a slightly sarcastic double voice.
They saw a purple fighter. Initially, they thought it was 21 with yet another new form, but the voice, that sounded a bit like Frieza. The fusion between Cell and Frieza was grinning at Gogeta, much to their surprise.
You deal with the regular one. We will clear the slime. Be careful, don't damage him too much.
And the newly created Saliza just charged at the copy Broly, taking him high into the air. Meanwhile, Gogeta and Broly could continue their fight without any interruptions or radioactive distractions. They had been both weakened, but the Berserker kept fighting for a long time, which Gogeta used to their advantage. As Broly grew weaker, he started to collapse, but instead of destroying him, the fused fighter waited. Cheelai and Lemo ran toward them.
Don't hurt him, please!
Cheelai?
Broly's rage started to subside. Vegeta and Goku then defused.
Don't worry, pal. We're not gonna. We're not your enemies.
As his friends got to him, Broly fell unconscious. Vegeta gave them all a stern look.
All right, you better find a place to hide before Frieza's back.
Lemo looked at one of the smaller escape ships, the ones that were attached to the main Frieza vessel.
I think we know just the place.
Meanwhile, the fight between Saliza or 21za and the copy Broly was getting fiery, moving above the Earth's atmosphere. They were now basically using Destructo Discs, Kamehamehas, special beam cannons, you name it, throwing them all at the monster Broly. But he was just taking it all and getting more unstable. The Frieza in them enjoy the simplicity of just bombarding the enemy with key attacks, not showing any skill. Going back to the days of where he just had the power and he could be a brute, he didn't have to have any techniques or skill, he could just use his powers to dominate over anyone. The 21 parts, however, knew that they had to move as far away from Earth as possible, and the fact they could breathe in space was very convenient at this point. The thing was pretty good though at taking all of these hits, and the fusion knew that they did not have much time before they separated, and then who knew what would happen? With a childlike glee on their faces, they then launched a massive purple-greenish death ball toward the creature, using it to try and push the copy Broly toward the sun. As the projectile was pushing him, he was still pulsating, but the energy was lost out into the depths of space. When the ball connected with the sun, it was simply consumed by the star, along with the copy. This blast was massively exhausting and caused 21 and Frieza there and then to defuse. Both were disgusted by the mind meld and decided not to speak of this ever again. They then returned to the planet's surface where, to Frieza's annoyance, he had discovered that his precious new Saiyan minion had disappeared, although he had a pretty good idea about who was responsible for all of that due to his temporary fusion with 21. But still, thanks to the ceasefire, his ship had been able to be repaired and Frieza quickly left the planet. Vegeta would have killed him there and then, but both Goku and the Bugman stopped him in his tracks, proving that even the likes of Frieza could be useful.
If he causes problems once more, that's on both of you.
Maita and Condra were pretty happy to see their dad safe, as all the copies had been taken care of by the remaining Z-Fighters. The scientists 21 and 16 had vanished and hadn't been seen since, although the good boy Cell never stopped looking for them. He knew that they would continue to be a problem in the future. But still, for years, they were unable to locate them. But one day, they discovered that there might be more survivors of the Red Ribbon Army than our heroes had previously known about, and that it would require a proper superhero to deal with this threat. And that's where we're going to be leaving things for right now.